Well, Brett, we knew that there was something afoot this morning when we woke and heard that there were 6 B-2 bombers that had been seen leaving Whiteman Air Force Base last night at midnight.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Real Talk with Darius, and we have a big one for you. Remember, on this channel, we do not peddle fear. We share awareness, and we just talk about relevant issues from a Christian point of view or kingdom point of view. Now, remember to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share this video, share this channel. Listen, President Trump made a very important move that he delayed making, but he felt was necessary. Let's get into it.
Do we have Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon? Can we get her up and we can talk through what we're hearing from military sources? Jennifer Griffin is live at the Pentagon. Let's bring Jennifer in. Jennifer, we're just getting word, obviously, with the president's announcement, what this looks like.
Well, Brett, we knew that there was something afoot this morning when we woke and heard that there were 6 B-2 bombers that had been seen leaving Whiteman Air Force Base last night at midnight. And so those planes, we were told, were heading towards Guam. Now, Guam would have been an 18-hour flight into Iran, so it is likely that it was a different set of B-2 bombers that were used to bomb the sites, the 3 sites that the president mentioned tonight on Truth Social. That is the Fordo complex, which we've been watching all week. That is the massive main, sort of what's known as the heart or the crown jewel of Iran's nuclear program. It's underneath that mountain just outside of Qom, which is 2 hours south of Tehran. That complex, we understand, has been bombed by those U.S. B-2 bombers tonight. Also, Isfahan, as well as Natanz. Natanz had another underground facility. Remember, before Fordo was built in 2006, Natanz had been the main enrichment site. It was also built underground. Israeli jets had been targeting it in the last week, but they had not been able to penetrate underground. So those U.S. B-2 bombers, which flew out of Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri, they would have taken out that underground facility. Natanz is interesting. You'll remember, Brett, it was the site of the Stuxnet virus, the cyber attack on those centrifuges years ago. But again, it was back up and running. And what is surprising, I think, tonight is that the president announced that it was not 1 site, but 3 underground sites and sites inside Iran's nuclear program that were struck by the U.S. Air Force tonight.
Yeah, and it is something. We'll go back to that Truth Social and eventually control room, if we can put it up there just so that everybody can see it on the screen. The fact that this, first of all, this announcement comes from Truth Social. This is a president who has put out a lot of announcements, big announcements through Truth Social, and this is the biggest of them, probably his biggest decision. The very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites, as you said, Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan, getting very specific there. And the payload, he says a full payload of bombs dropped on the primary site, Fordo. That suggests, Jennifer, as we had been saying for many days, that they may have made several passes at Fordo, considering that the experts were saying that just 1 probably wouldn't have gotten to the heart of that facility.
Well, remember, Brett, we've been reporting in recent days that Fordo is interesting because it has 2 entrance points. And we were told by experts who have followed the planning for this kind of strike for a long time that it would take at least 2 bombs from the B-2s, those MOPs, the massive ordnance penetrators. Those are 30,000-pound bombs, and each B-2 can carry 2 of them. Usually the way it works is that one of the MOP 30 30,000-pound bunker buster is dropped, it goes into a hole that's about a radius of about 25 feet, I'm told. And then the second bomb is dropped in the same hole. And so at first, that 30,000-pound bunker buster will go down about 200 feet, explode, and then make way for the second bomb, which falls into that exact 25-foot radius hole. And of course, people are calling right now, so just a moment. And so what's interesting about it, Brett, is that you would have had to have at least 2 B-2s, but I believe that it was likely a package of 6 B-2s that would be flying. They each had 2 MOP massive ordnance penetrators on board at the time, and they would have hit both those entrances at Fordo. The president saying that Fordo, that the complete package was struck. That is significant because that means, as you said, that it would probably be multiple passes and multiple bombs dropped there.
Yeah. So as we get ready, remember they are, 7 hours ahead.
Now, I know this is concerning for a lot of people, and it's concerning to me to some degree. But first of all, let me praise our president and our military for for having the heart, the courage to do what they believe is necessary for our country. You say, Darius, why do you say that now? Or why do you say that under President Trump? Aren't we trying to stay out of wars and all that? Of course, we're trying to stay out of wars. But here's the issue. Do you wait until you get struck before you strike back? Or if you see potential danger oncoming, do you decide to move when after you get hit? Or if you can prevent something from happening, do you not strike first? Now, of course, I believe the president did this prayerfully. I'm very grateful that we do have somebody back in office who's not afraid to pull the trigger if necessary. Again, if necessary or when necessary. But people fail to understand is, first of all, there's video footage out there. Yes, it's some of it from years ago. But you have to understand the mindsets of the people over in that side of that part of the world and some of them over in this part of the world. Do you wait for something to happen? They will wait the American people out because Americans are, let's just put it bluntly and honestly, most Americans are lazy, selfish, and impatient. So they'll wait you out. They will wait you out. But we also have factions in this country that'll wait you out or in the process actually destroy you on a slow way. So what exactly are we asking for? What are we dealing with here? So what we're trying to do here, what I believe the president is trying to do here is stem off a potential attack. When these people have said, and you can check the videos out. I even put a short up on my YouTube channel a day or so ago where they said death to America. They want to take out Israel and they want to take out America. It's not a matter of if they want to take out Israel. 100%. And for Americans who don't know, it's not a matter of if they want to take out America. It's a matter of when. They won't, and it's smart. They won't do it until they're capable of doing something. China doesn't want to go to war to us, even though they outnumber us like 20-1 or almost about 3 times. They outnumber us almost 3 times in terms of population. And they want to. They don't want to go to war because, from what I heard before, last year, they don't want to go to war. That's not because of our military, but because you still have over 200 some million Americans who are gun carriers, and they don't know who they are or how many guns you have. That's military strategy. You have to assess the strengths and weaknesses of your enemy. So I think, first of all, those bombs are huge bombs, obviously, and the damage they do is incredible.
Window to pull this off. The president again saying that it was very successful in 3 different sites. We should point out that the Israelis have worked really, as we've been reporting over the last week plus, very hard to take out the air defenses of Iran. Already in a first wave of runs back in October, the Israeli military and Air Force took out a lot of those surface-to-air missiles. Now, with this latest bombing run over the past few days, Jennifer, they have essentially eliminated it. And to talk to Israeli officials, they said they have control of the skies, really a full path to Tehran, and they've been taking out sites and targets at their will, they suggested. And this led the way for this bombing run tonight.
Well, the Israeli Air Force has just been unbelievable in terms of their success since June 12th. They have been carrying out nonstop runs and strikes against Iranian targets, including the first night, 14 Iranian nuclear scientists who were taken off the battlefield, as well as about 50 top generals in the Iranian military, including the head of their Air Force, their ballistic missiles, their drone capabilities, their IRGC, the Revolutionary Guard Corps. So they have really had incredible success in terms of all of the spots and all of the above ground spots that an F-16 or an F-35 could take out. They said a few days ago that they had air superiority. That then opens the way for the, and what that means is that they've taken out most of the air defense systems on the ground so that then their planes could really fly with impunity. And that also opened the way for those very, very, the stealth bombers, the B-2 bombers, which also are escorted, we're told, by F-22s and F-16s, and also the EA-18 Growlers. They play a very significant role. That's an electronic warfare jammer that flies with the B-2. And remember that second aircraft carrier, the USS Nimitz, had just gotten into the region earlier today. You had the USS Vinson. Those EA-18 Growlers are on board those aircraft carriers. They are absolutely essential for the B-2 to fly over Iran, even though the Israelis had air superiority over the country.
Jennifer, stand by if you would. Do I have Greg Palcott in Tel Aviv control room? Is he up and running? Okay. All right. We're going to get him up and running. Interestingly enough, Jen, we have seen a lot of Israeli missiles and drones coming in really night after night into Israel. This night has not seen that much of that. There have been a few warnings, but not the same volley that we've heard in recent days. In addition to taking out the surface-air missiles and clearing the way.
Well, we basically have gotten a chance to see the map of the area, the damaged pictures of the pictures and images of the damage that was done. I have prayed for, and I hope you have too. I pray for our country. I pray for Israel. I pray for Iran. I don't know what your beliefs are in that regard, but I do pray for everybody involved because I believe good people or innocent people always get touched by these types of things. But hard decisions, tough decisions must be made at times. I get it. I know it's tough. I know it's not desired. I know war is not desired. I don't desire war. I'm just not a pacifist or nor am I opposed to it when and where necessary. And again, what I like about this is that the strength of America is back on full display because now people get to see or be reminded that America is strong again. Do y'all not realize what happened over the last 4 years? And keep this part in mind. The media is not honest with the American people as a whole. Not all of it. And not certainly not, I don't believe most of it is, as far as mainstream is concerned. They show us what they are told to show us. So over the last 4 or 5 years, 4 years under the previous administration, what was really going on? We have seen them lie to us. We have reports coming out about certain issues, topics that if I was to talk about, YouTube probably would take the video down. But there's information still coming right now to say that certain things they say happened in 2020, for example, it wasn't wrong. It wasn't messed up. It wasn't tampered with. That's another word I use. But anyway, there's a lot of information that's coming out to the mainstream that's going to shock a lot of people. So we don't know exactly what the intelligence is because the intelligence agencies will lie if it suits their interests. Many people, I think at times, some of us, myself probably included, if I really think about it, really think that we have better information than certain than these intelligence agencies. We do know they lied to us, okay? But in the name of national security, we know the media lies to us. But we need to be even better. We need to be discerning. We need to be discerning. So we're gonna check out this video, these last two videos by President Trump addressing the nation on his operation called Operation Midnight, and the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, what his response was as well.
Thank you very much. A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the three key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight, and all of the United States military on an operation the likes of which the world has not seen in many, many decades. Hopefully, we will no longer need their services in this capacity. I hope that's so. I also want to congratulate the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Kane, spectacular general, and all of the brilliant military minds involved in this attack. With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close. There has never been a military that could do what took place just a little while ago. Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth will have a press conference at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say, we love you, God, and we love our great military. Protect them. God bless the Middle East. God bless Israel, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, what'd you think about the address? I think it was short, just succinct and to the point, laying out what the plan was, what the objective was, and that it was accomplished. And of course, he praised our military, and to me, most importantly, he acknowledged God, and not in what I would call in a fake or cheap way. He really acknowledged God. I could hear the sincerity behind his voice. This was not an easy decision. I don't believe for 1 second, folks, this was an easy decision to be made. but it had to be made, and it took some time to get to this point. Remember, he gave the Iranians 60 days. Okay, gave them 60 days plus. So he was already past the deadline, and then he was going to add additional 2 weeks, or he did add additional 2 weeks. But what he did say, and this is what I pointed out to a friend of mine the other day, I said, notice he said within 2 weeks. He didn't say in 2 weeks that he make a decision of what he would do concerning Iran. So I figured, and I said, he said within, which means that could be any time. And that was Friday, I believe it was. I think it was Friday I was mentioning that. Then here we go, Saturday evening. So I pray for all the souls, especially those involved. But also what I want to say before I get to this next video with Netanyahu, which is even shorter, is that it's nice to have a president who says what he means and means what he says. And he's a great strategist. One of the things he used to chide the previous presidents was not letting the enemy know what you're going to do or not do. Keep them guessing. Trump keep them guessing. Is this better than when a former president said, don't cross this line? It's another thing when another president says, stop. And it's another thing when another president says, do this or else. We have options. Either we can do this or we can do that. And then he executes. He sends a message. Hopefully the message was received. Now, from what I've read on X, the Iranians obviously are pushing back and preparing for something. So stay in prayer for all involved. Stay aware. Don't get in fear, but be prepared.
Congratulations, President Trump. Your bold decision to target Iran's nuclear facilities with the awesome and righteous might of the United States will change history. In Operation Rising Lion, Israel has done truly amazing things. But in tonight's action against Iran's nuclear facilities, America has been truly unsurpassed. It has done what no other country on earth could do. History will record that President Trump acted to deny the world's most dangerous regime the world's most dangerous weapons. His leadership today has created a pivot of history that can help lead the Middle East and beyond to a future of prosperity and peace. President Trump and I often say, peace through strength. First comes strength, then comes peace. And tonight, President Trump and the United States acted with a lot of strength. President Trump, I thank you. The people of Israel thank you. The forces of civilization thank you. God bless America. God bless Israel. And may God bless our unshakable alliance, our unbreakable faith.
Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, just a short time ago. I want to go right back to the White House. Our chief White House correspondent, Peter Alexander, is standing by. Peter, good evening. You have new reporting on what we can expect to hear from the president in just a couple of minutes.
Jose, we should note, as you were just listening to Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu, they are speaking from Israel. It's still before dawn in that country, but we do know that President Trump and Netanyahu spoke several times over the course of the last several days, including a conversation they had after the U.S. dropped those bunker-busting bombs on Iran over.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top.
Well, as we can see, again, that was to be expected, that Israel is excited because now they can sleep a little bit easier. Just a little bit. I think this morning, because this video I'm posting today, later today, Sunday, June 22nd, 2025, is the morning or day after we bombed Iran. Now, it's expected for Israel to be happy and excited about it. They had laid the groundwork and paved the way, so to speak. President Trump used that as part of a blueprint, but did something unconventional out of the box. And so had a massive impact. So again, we're going to see what's going to happen in the following days, weeks, and months. But I believe peace is ahead. But again, I'm also very encouraged and I feel very comfortable saying it. I know the likes of Candace Owens, et cetera, are going to have some major issues. Already has. I seen her tweet earlier that she very highly disapproves of President Trump's decision. She thinks he's been bought and paid for with the $100 million investment he received during his campaign for the United States of American presidency. So I don't believe that. I believe that if we lack a certain level of discernment and wisdom in situations like this, we're going to say some things and do some things that we will later regret. So we're going to see, though. We're going to see. I don't regret the decision. I'm thankful to have strength in the White House again. I'm thankful that respect is being regained in the White House again on so many fronts. I say pray for your president. If you like him, pray for him. If you don't like him, pray for him. And particularly, I'm calling it out to those who are Christians or kingdom citizens, because we're told to pray. It's expected for us to pray for people we like and pray for family members and friends. But it's what's uncommon, what's unique about our kingdom culture is that our king tells us to forgive. Our God tells us to forgive others. Pray for those who do us wrong. So pray for Iran. Pray for President Trump, whether you like the man or not. Pray for his administration, because these decisions affect all of us. Hopefully, we will see in the very near future the benefits and reap the reward. So stay encouraged, stay strong. Be careful of the things you say. You don't want to inflame folks into the wrong situation or wrong type of mindset. Nothing like that. What we want to do is make the best of the situation. Stay prayerful, stay prepared, stay watchful. Remember, Jesus loves you. So do I.